Men often fail to notice the exact moment a woman begins to lose interest. Because they do not understand the root cause, they find themselves powerless to influence the situation. Today, we need to discuss a psychological phenomenon known as the Zeigarnik effect. This principle states that the human brain retains information about interrupted or incomplete actions far better than completed ones. To understand how this works, imagine a simple scenario. A friend comes to your house. You open the door, he enters, and you close the door behind him. This is a completed action, performed on autopilot, and your brain instantly dismisses it. However, if your friend stops in the doorway and prevents you from closing it while trying to talk to you, your focus shifts entirely. Even if he's telling you something important, you cannot concentrate on the conversation. Your mind becomes obsessed with the unfinished task, closing the door. This same mechanism applies to relationships. It explains why the person who initiates the breakup leaves the dynamic painlessly. For them, the task is finished. Meanwhile, the person who is left behind suffers and grieves intensely. Have you ever wondered why we feel such despair when rejected? Is it because the person leaving us is truly the best we could ever find? Absolutely not. I have witnessed thousands of cases where a man has every resource to be happy and find a better partner, yet he remains stuck in misery. The pain stems from the fact that the relationship is an interrupted task. His goal was to build a happy future, and now he is desperate to close the door and restore the relationship, which creates a mental trap. The illusion of value. Here is a revealing statistic. 1 in 5 men who come for a consultation about a painful breakup admits that years ago, he wanted to leave that very same woman. He may have even walked away briefly, only to return. Back then, he did not value her presence. Yet now, when the decision is hers, she becomes an obsession. This proves that the suffering is not about the person, but about the circumstances of the separation. This dynamic exists in every interaction. Whether it is the first message on a dating app or a long-term marriage, every communication is an exchange of positions. When a woman starts to doubt, asking herself if she should give your number, meet you, or stay with you, she is engaging in a form of negotiation. If you step forward to reassure her during her moment of doubt, you lose. You will never find a stable position in that interaction. You have only 2 viable options: end the communication immediately without worry, or clearly demonstrate that you will not cling to the opportunity. For instance, you might say, "I'm not sure if I want anything serious right now either. We would probably argue anyway, but I would not mind meeting up." This keeps the door open, but proves you're not desperate. The power of walking away. The real question is, how do you avoid falling victim to this psychological trap? The answer is simple, yet difficult to execute. You must possess the genuine ability to walk away the moment you decide it is necessary. Most men believe they can do this, thinking it is just a matter of choice. This is a delusion. Scan your own past. Have you ever left a woman you were still attached to, simply because you decided the relationship was toxic or went against your principles? Not because you lost interest, but because you had the willpower to choose yourself. Very few men have done this. If you lack this experience, you likely carry a hidden fear that she might leave you. This fear forces you to hunch over mentally, to become overly agreeable, and to tolerate disrespect. Ironically, this behavior is exactly what kills her interest. It becomes a vicious cycle. You fear losing her, so you become nice, she loses attraction, and you try harder until she leaves. You cannot fake this. You cannot just tell yourself you are ready. This internal state only comes through practice and real-world experience. Strength versus weakness. It is no secret that women desire a strong man. This is not about muscle mass. It is about mental fortitude. To rephrase it accurately, a woman dreams of being with a man who is capable of leaving her but chooses not to. There is no contradiction here. You can build a family and love deeply while maintaining the internal readiness to walk away if boundaries are crossed. Think of it like an encounter with a thug in a dark alley. Nothing provokes aggression more than weakness. The moment a predator realizes his opponent can fight back and is not easily intimidated, he rethinks his strategy. he finds reasons to back down. The same logic applies to difficult relationships. When a woman starts to disrespect a man, it is often because he has shown he will tolerate it to avoid the pain of separation. The conclusion on building relationships. I often see comments asking, "Why do you teach us how to leave instead of how to build relationships?" I am convinced that men who ask this have near zero effectiveness in their personal lives. They want to build relationships by gritting their teeth and enduring. They are looking for a way to fix things without changing their own weak foundation. They want to avoid the pain of growth. If a man acquires the genuine readiness to leave, his options do not decrease. They multiply. There are two worlds. In one, men view relationships as hard labor, where they must suffer to avoid being alone. In the other, men are open to new actions, ready to walk away from disrespect. And, as a result, they get the respect and results they desire. If you found this perspective helpful, please support the video by hitting the like button and sharing your thoughts in the comments below.